Hi everybody, I'm Kelly Mataure. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are all doing well and are having a fabulous week. I'm here today to talk to you guys about some of the reasons why I do YouTube and why I enjoy it so much. This video is usually done by people who have like millions of subscribers, I know. So I'm sure you're wondering, why is a small YouTuber like you trying to do something like this? That's because I like to share my story and I wanted to give you guys a little bit of insight into why I do what I do and why I love YouTube so much and why you need to start a channel today. I've been wanting to start a YouTube channel for the longest time. It's been over a year of me just saying, oh my gosh, I need to start a YouTube channel, but I don't have a camera. I don't have this, I don't have that. What on earth will I talk about? And I procrastinated about this for a year. Can you imagine? So during the time that this lockdown started, I thought, look, I'm not going to work. I've got nothing else going on. And I was in desperate need of a hobby. Because, you know, being a mom and being a wife sometimes, there's not really a lot of opportunities for you to do something for yourself. So I decided to just take the plunge, connected my phone, and filmed a video. So I have to give a shout out to one of the people who really inspired me to get into this, and that's Kumbi, aka Tete Humba. I'm going to link her channel down below. She kind of put up a video about explaining about the equipment that she uses and how she films using her phone and all that stuff, and I thought that was so cool. So shout out to you, Kumbi. You're amazing. I love your channel. Thank you so much for inspiring me. One thing you guys need to know about me is that I'm someone who is not tech savvy. So things like editing, anything social media, it's always been a struggle for me. It's not really something that I've been good at, something I've been into, but I decided to challenge myself and try and learn something new. So my brother-in-law gave me some editing software. I filmed a video and that was it. I uploaded my first video and I have to say it was terrifying. It is terrifying. I don't know why. It's like you get so in your head about it. I was terrified and I put it up and I remember even saying to my husband that, you know what, if I can get 15 people to like my video, to me that's considered a success because it means I've actually done something. And I got way more views than I expected. I created my channel because I wanted to give myself a platform to be able to voice my opinion on different things. I've always been someone who's extremely chatty. As a child, my family actually used to call me a radio because they said I would talk nonstop and didn't even need a response. So actually when I started my YouTube channel, my brother was like, yep, perfect. Only you can talk for 30 minutes and not expect anyone to respond to you. So you've done the right thing. I was waiting for an opportunity or an invitation for someone to say to me, here's a platform for you to voice your opinions. Now you can speak. And that time just never came and it probably will not come. So YouTube gave me the opportunity to create my own platform. I mean, I've got my channel. I can talk about what I want, whenever I want, and you guys are here for it. And I'm so grateful for that. One of the main reasons why I also started my channel is because I wanted to document some of the experiences I've gone through. And it's good to be able to look back. Well, I think in time, it's going to be good to be able to look back and see what I was going through at the time. Also, as a chronic oversharer, honestly, it gave me an opportunity to just put my business out there and tell you guys all these things that you didn't need to know. But I absolutely love it. I love not having to filter myself or having to censor myself or anything. And I have to say, shout out goes to you guys, my subscribers, because you guys just keep me going. You guys are always so supportive. I do also appreciate the criticism that I sometimes get for my videos. It helps me grow. So you guys keep it coming, keep it coming. One of the things that I've learned very quickly about YouTube is that you can't do it for the views and you can't do it based on what other people think. I'm someone who doesn't pay too much attention to the views and how well a video is doing because it's kind of not why I'm doing it. I do it for me and because I absolutely enjoy it. I love the process and I enjoy the process. The fact that you guys enjoyed my videos too is such a bonus to me, but it's not the main reason I do it. And one of the reasons why that's important is because sometimes you'll put a lot of work into a video and you'll get like no views. Like I have a video like that, my productivity video, like you guys just did not like it. You didn't watch it, you didn't enjoy it. And that's okay, but I enjoyed making it, so it's just one of those things. Now the problem is when you hinge yourself on like the views and yada yada, how well the video is doing, you'll find that you'll do a video that won't get that much of a response and it'll crush you and you'll just stop doing YouTube. And I've taken that as part of the territory. You guys aren't always gonna love the content that I put out, and that's okay. I have had quite a few people who've unsubscribed. That's also fine. There's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't hurt me, it doesn't offend me. Everyone's got things that they're into, and if you're into my channel, that's fantastic. If you're not, that's also okay. But you can't hinge what you're doing based on other people's reactions. One of the things I love most about being on YouTube is like the editing part. I hate filming. I'm actually very camera shy. Maybe you guys actually don't really realize that, but anyone who knows me in real life knows that I'm generally very camera shy. I don't like photos. I don't like being in front of the camera. So doing this right here is conquering one of my biggest fears. So this is my least favorite part actually of being on YouTube. But my favorite part is just, the editing. I'm learning how to edit, putting things together, like from scratch. So for those of you who don't want to do YouTube because you don't know how to edit, I also don't know how to edit. Google is your friend, YouTube is your friend. I'm teaching myself. So that process of every time I learn a new trick, I'm like, ooh, okay. So it really, really makes me happy. It really does. And I think everybody needs a hobby like that in their lives that just makes them feel good and makes them feel happy. I have had a lot of people ask me that, you put a lot of very sensitive and private information out there. For example, when we talked about our marriage challenges, I've had people say to me, but the kind of information you put out is very private and very sensitive, especially the bad things. But my argument is those bad things have already happened. They've already happened. Not talking about it is not going to make it go away. I might as well talk about it, and hopefully someone out there will learn something about it, and that makes it worth it. But at the end of the day, keeping certain things private is not going to make it go away. But at the same time, there are certain things that, as much as that, I'm an open book. I like to share a lot of things, but there's still certain things that I don't really share here on YouTube. For example, I don't show all that much of my son. I have gotten requests of, oh, okay, now can we see more of him? It makes me feel icky sometimes because I feel like for all of my friends and family, I ask them for permission. Anyone that you've ever seen who's featured in my videos, I've asked them for permission to say, can I show you in my video? And for my son, I don't have the opportunity to ask him that. So I don't know, like he'll feature in videos because, hello, I live with him. But generally, I try not to make him the focus of the video. And also, he's a very difficult person to film because the moment you put a camera, he's like stop what he's doing. So I'll share snippets, of course, because he's an important part of my life, and I will obviously share things about him, but I don't think he'll ever really be the focus of my channel. Also, speaking of friends and family, I have had certain friends and family that have explicitly said they want nothing to do with my YouTube channel and don't want to be shown on it, which is perfectly fine. I don't mind. I think everyone is entitled to their privacy. This is a path that I've chosen, and I don't think it's fair for me to force other people to make the same decisions that I have. Some people are very private, very shy, don't even want their names mentioned. That's absolutely fine. I respect their privacy. I also never speak about something that my husband wouldn't want people to know. So I do talk about some very, I tend to talk about some controversial or spicy topics here and there, but it's never ever without my husband's permission. So even when we were doing our marriage challenges series, there were some things that we filmed and we're like, okay, I don't think we should include this part. This part is a little too personal. This part is a bit much. So we do agree on the things that I do say out there. But for the most part, he's just like me. He's an oversharer and he loves for people to know things that are happening. But there are certain things where maybe he might say to me, okay, that's a bit too close to home. I'd rather you don't share that. And I don't. One of the main reasons I didn't start my YouTube channel was procrastination and fear. I was afraid. I don't know why. I have no idea what I was afraid of. I think to me, I would sort of look at these big YouTubers and think, oh my gosh, I'm nowhere even near them. I'm not even close to what they're doing. But that's not what it's about. It's about creating a platform for you to express your creativity. So once I started to have that mindset, it kind of encouraged me to just take a crack at it and do it. So I have gotten some people who have gotten in touch with me about wanting to start their YouTube channel. Friends, do it. Do it, do it, do it. Dre, you especially, I am waiting for you. Why not? Honestly, it's not as hard as it looks. Just get over the first video. I think the first video is probably the worst because the nerves are just the worst. But just get over that fear and do it. There's honestly nothing to be afraid of. It's actually addictive. I don't think I could quit this even if I tried. Like, I love the creativity, the process, the editing. I love the rush, but just take the plunge and do it. Also, it's good to follow a lot of Zimbabwean YouTubers who are doing so well out there. I've also met a lot of really, really awesome people on YouTube, like fellow Zimbo YouTubers on the platform in different countries all over the world. It's amazing. The community is amazing. I don't think at this stage of my channel I have any downsides as such, other than the fact that sometimes it takes really, really long to put together videos. Like, the editing takes hours and hours and hours and hours. So other than that, I wouldn't call that a downside. I'll just call it part of the package. But at this stage, no, I don't think there are any negatives that I've come across so far. Maybe when my channel's a lot bigger, maybe I'll start to get a bit of creativity. But other than the random porn comments that get sprinkled on my channel that I have to delete, for the most part, it's been amazing. I want to especially say thank you to all of my subscribers. You guys are really, really amazing. Like, there's so many people who are in the comment section of my videos, and it's just so good to interact with you guys. You guys are always so supportive, always so amazing. You always challenge me and you make me want to do better. So I'm almost on 400 subscribers now, and I just want to thank you guys. I don't think I would have thought that my channel would have gotten to this stage so quickly, but I'm just so grateful. I'm so grateful to you guys. Keep on watching, keep on commenting. I appreciate all of the feedback. I love to hear from you guys. Follow me on Instagram, follow me on Twitter, interact with me. Tell me what you like, tell me what you're into. I want to get to know you guys better. You guys know a lot about me, like everything about me, but I really want to get to know you guys better. What do you like and what do you want to see from me in the future? Doing this just brightens my day, you know. I don't even know how to describe it. Like, earlier on this week, I got some really bad news about some work thing, and I was really, really upset about it. Like, I was in tears. I cried. Okay, I'm a crier, just so you know. If I'm happy, I cry. If I'm sad, I cry. So don't be too alarmed. But I got some bad news about a work thing that I was doing, and I cried. I genuinely cried. And I was so upset. You know when you're doing that ugly cry, like you know, I couldn't even talk, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. I need to do something to make myself feel better. And I sat and I was editing a video through the tears because that's how good it makes me feel. So yeah, I do all this for me. It really has been so therapeutic. It's helped me to really unleash my creativity in a way that I didn't think I could, and just allowed me to I feel like I have friends in you guys. I feel like you guys are my friends. That's why I feel comfortable to be able to say all those things to you. But it really makes me feel good, and it truly does make me happy. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope it's given you a little bit more insight into why I do what I do. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to click the subscribe button down below. Want to get to 500 guys, and I can only do that with your help. Click the subscribe button down below. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys really enjoyed this one, and have a fantastic week. I love you guys.